So now you can see, now last time we discussed about the different type of body plot for different type of function, like just like we have the pure capacitive process where it is defined as Kp by S. So for that we have a body plot like this that we discussed last term. Now we are discussing the next plot for the given function. So this diagram corresponds to the Nyquist plot. Nyquist plot is basically, as we discuss, I think it is just drawn. Yeah, even we can start from here. Yes, the Nyquist plot is basically drawn on the real axis and the imaginary axis, and we calculate as a body diagram. We have a two plot in conjunction. One is for amplitude ratio, other one is for the phase angle. So here the distance from the center is shown by the amplitude ratio, and in the clockwise direction, this is a clockwise direction, the angle covered, the angle formed in the clockwise direction is known as the phase angle. So this is clockwise direction, right? Generally, we measure the angle anti-clockwise, but in the body plot, we measure the angle in a clockwise. So phi is a clockwise, so this is a phi is the angle. So because here you can say simply there is one more reason, this is a minus sign always, so that's why we have the phi is a negative, so that's why this is a clockwise. So Nyquist plot is basically just like for example, the point 1. Point 1 means it is a point we got at some particular frequency, let's say omega 1. At this omega 1, the amplitude ratio is given by this dotted line, and the corresponding phase angle is given by this. So in a single graph, we are getting the whole information. This is the, you can say, the advantage of the Nyquist plot. So similarly, we can make a plot for different function. Just like if you can see, this is the corresponding body plot. We have AR equal to, for the pure capacitive system, or you can say the pure capacitive process, the amplitude ratio is Kp by omega. How we get this? Just by solving this. This is Kp by S. When you substitute S equal to j omega, we have minus j Kp omega. So amplitude ratio will be Kp omega. And what about the phi? Phi will be imaginary divided by the real. So this is 0. So that's why this is infinite. So we have minus 90. So means you can say when you change the omega, different omega 1, omega 2, omega 3, the amplitude ratio will change, right? So amplitude ratio will change, but what about the phase angle? For all omega, the phase angle is constant. This is minus 90. So minus 90 means it will on this line, right? When omega is 0, it will be infinite. Amplitude ratio will be infinite. So at 0, it will be infinite. When omega tends to infinite, it will be 0. So means your graph, or you can say your locus of the point, will lie from infinite to the 0, but always at 90 angle. So always at this line, right? So this is the, you can say, the Nyquist plot of the pure capacitive system. Similarly, there is any doubt regarding this plot, you can ask. It's a simple, just we are simple mathematically way we are representing the things by varying the omega value, right? Similarly, let's say if you have a pure dead time system. So for pure dead time process, GS, you know, this is given by minus e to the power minus tau ds, right? When you substitute s equal to j omega, it will be minus j tau d omega, and you know the amplitude ratio of this is 1, and phase angle will be minus tau d omega. So when you change the omega value, it will be, it start from 0. So 0 means it will be 0, minus 0, to infinite means minus 90. So it will change from 0 to minus 90, and corresponding phase angle will be changed, right? So the phase angle will vary. What about the amplitude ratio? This will be 1 always, because this is e to power some function. So this is a sine, you can say sine theta plus cos theta. So that's value will be always 1. So that's why you can see the Dirac plot of this pure dead time system. The amplitude ratio is 1, matlab this is always at the unit circle. Angle wise, when you take 0, it will be 0. Similarly, it will start increase with the minus sign, right? Omega 1, omega 2, omega 3, it will be changed, but the phase angle can vary, right? But it will be always at the unit circle. So this is the representation of the Dirac plot of pure dead time system. So we are just representing the mathematical way of this plot. Next, you can see that is let's say we have a proportional controller. So different controller. This is a Bode plot of this pure dead time. This is a Dirac plot of this. Now the proportional controller. Proportional controller, you can see that proportional control is given by Kc. So amplitude ratio will be Kc, and phase angle will be 0 always. So it will be just given by a single point where the amplitude ratio is Kc and phase angle is always 0, by varying how much omega value. So there is no effect of omega because the function is like this. So it will be just denoted by simple dot line, dot point. This is a proportional controller. ये सब क्वेश्चन इस तरह से एग्जाम में आए हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव वाले. Which graphs represent the proportional controller? So we have 2-3 graphs, so in between you can say, right? तो इस तरह के easy objective question बनते हैं, पूछे भी गए हैं. Right? Next we have the proportional integral controller. Proportional integral controller means we have the amplitude ratio will be given by this and phase angle will be given by this. So means if you just take the omega equal to 0, let's say discuss first amplitude ratio. As omega is 0, it means this is infinite, right? This term is infinite, and when this is infinite means this is this term is 0, so this is the only Kc value, right? So at omega equal to 0, it will go infinite. It will start from infinite, and as the omega tend to 0 means this term will go to infinite. So means this is infinite, right? So from AR equal to infinite to AR equal to infinite means this is 0. This is only 1. So this is 1, right? Phase angle will be similarly when this is 0. When this is 0 means this is a minus infinite, right? So it will be minus 90. Minus 90 means somewhere at this line, right? And when it's infinite means 0, it will be at this line. So the graph will go like this. This zone correspond to omega equal to 0, and this zone correspond to omega equal to infinite, right? A unit circle here just given as a reference, so you can have a better picture how the graph is moving. So this dotted circle is just for the reference point of view they drawn. The actual graph, the actual location of the point change only of the dark line. We have a proportional derivative controller. So PD, for the PD case, this is given by Kc1 plus tau square, tau d square, omega square, and phi equal to tan inverse tau d omega. As omega 0, right? So this is only Kc. As infinite, so this will be infinite. At omega 0, this is 0. Infinite, this is minus 9. This is 90 plus 90. So that's why at 0, this is 0. Phase angle 0, and AR upon Kc value is 1. So that's why this is on unit circle, right? At infinite, omega infinite means this will go to infinite, and phase angle will be plus 90. So that's why it is going into upper side, positive side, right? So we have this kind of plot. So Bode plot already you know, right? And corresponding Nakis plot you have like this. Even in the Kaufner, these plots are not given. That's why I have drawn here by the Stephanopoulos. This is figure number 17.8, right? So this is not given the Kaufner, particularly these kind of plots. That's why I put here. You can have a better idea. Just like you can see the Bode plot of this PD controller. You can see that AR upon KC 1 plus tau omega. So when omega tau tending 0, it will be 1, right? This is 0. When this is infinite, right? An increase. So it will be go. This is a log plot. So log plot. So that's why when it's tending to infinite, so this will be go to infinite. Infinite means it will be this will be log of this. So log of this means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means 2 will come this side. So this will be 1 plus omega square tau square omega square. So this is as infinite means you can take this as 1 can be negligible. So this will be tau omega, and here we have 1 by 2. So that's why it will be just simple omega tau. So that's why we have a slope of 1. समझ में आ रहा है ना कैसे करेंगे इसको? ये कैसे आएगा? AR upon KC, यहाँ प्लॉट कर रहे हैं y एक्सिस पे AR upon KC. When you just take the log AR upon KC equal to log of under root 1 plus omega square tau square. So under root means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 will come just before the log, half log 1 plus tau square omega square. When omega tending to 0, so this value will be, you can say 1, simple, right? When omega this value infinite means compared to 1, this is infinite, so we will neglect this one. So we have only half omega square tau square. So 2 will also come outside. So 2 will cancel out. So this is only tau d omega. So this is a linear relation. Similarly, for the phase angle also we can say, it will start from 0 to plus 90. 0 to plus 90. So corresponding this, the Nakis plot we have like this, right? This is easy construction, but you have to vary the values, and you can see now how the plot will, or you can say the locus of the point will move, just like proportional integral derivative. So integral derivative means we have like action like this. So if you talk about the when you substitute s equal to j omega and all these things, you will find that AR equal to given by this and phi is given by this. So if you plot the Bode plot for this, so omega equal to 0, correspond to 0, right? So omega equal to 0 means this term will be infinite. So it is correspond to mainly, you can say, the integral action. Now this correspond to derivative action. So this is integral action. So you can say this is mainly integral part. So at 1 upon tau I, this effect will cancel out. When omega, when this equal to this means omega value equal to under root tau d tau I. So at this point, you can say there is no action. This value is constant because this term will cancel out. So we have the constant. And when omega is increased to infinite means now we have the tau d effect. So we have further tau d effect, right? So we have a very symmetric kind of plot. Symmetry, it's not always possible, or you can say it may form symmetry, it may not, because it depends upon the tau d and tau I value, right? Similarly, for the phase angle, you can say tau d omega, tau I omega. So when omega is 0, correspond to 0 means 0 means it is minus 90 because this is infinite, so minus 90, right? And when it is infinite, So infinite means this is infinite. This infinite means plus 90. So it will vary from minus 90 to plus 90. The similar thing you can plot in the Nakis plot. It is varying from minus 90 to plus 90. So it will go like this. And omega 0 means you can say we have at this curve minus omega, you can say omega 0 means this is in the infinite. So AR is infinite. In both the cases, it will be because this is a square, so that's why negative infinite or positive infinite, but both the case this is infinite. The shape will be decided by the phase angle with minus 90 to plus 90. In both the case, this is, but you can say simple minus 90 when minus 90 means when it is omega tending to 0. So that's why omega tending to 0 it is a minus 90, but omega tending to infinite it is a plus 90, right? So the Laki's plot for the PID controller is given by this, right? Now we have discussed this. Now you can see the first order system. First order system is when you can say, as you know, this is given by 1 upon tau s plus 1, tau ps plus 1. So we can make a plot of first order system. It will be when you put s equal to j omega and you simplify it, we can plot like this. I have not shown here the full detail, but when you substitute this kind of variation variable s equal to j omega, then this is gs equal to 1 upon tau s plus 1. When you substitute s equal to j omega, so and you will multiply with the complex conjugate, then you can have a amplitude ratio and phi angle. So it will be go like this. It will go at omega equal to 0, it will be amplitude ratio will be 1, and when omega is infinite, this value goes to 0. So it will move like this, right? So this is for the first order system. Similarly, we have the second order system. In second order system, it will be moved like this. It depends basically on the zeta. Zeta is less than 1, it will cross. Less than means 1 means we have the high amplitude. High amplitude means it will cross the unit circle. So zeta less than 1, it will cross the unit circle, it will go like this. Why the location of this will go to it will cross the, you can say, minus 90, and it, as you are seeing this, it is reaching to minus 180, because in that case the phase angle is basically we can say when omega is 0, AR equal to 1, phase angle is 0. But when omega is infinite, AR equal to 0, phase angle is minus 180. So in a second order system, the phase angle is minus 180. So we have the two cases when zeta less than 1, zeta greater than 1. Zeta less than 1, the amplitude ratio will be greater than 1, and the phase angle will be minus 180. It's okay, but amplitude ratio may be greater than 1. But amplitude ratio, but zeta greater than 1, the amplitude ratio will always less than 1. It will follow this path, right? Similarly, you can say the third order system. Third order system means we have system like this. And in this case, omega equal to 0, AR equal to 1, phi equal to 0, means you will go like this. Now, this is showing that we have the final phase angle is minus 270. So for first order case, this is minus 90. For second order case, this is minus 180. For third order case, this is minus 270. So it will move like this, right? It is below, you can say, unit circle, so that's why it is under this. Okay. Now, you know the Nakis plot of the some major transfer function. They are mostly used in your calculation. So now we can discuss the stability criteria. We can very easily define the stability of the system or process just by doing some minor analysis. So what are these analysis? So if we make a plot of a Nakish system, that is basically, this is an open loop. If the open loop Nakish plot of a feedback system in circle, so just be very careful. This is a open loop. This is a open loop, right? I've not highlighted this point. This is a open loop. So first you have to make the open loop. Open loop means we have GS equal to GP, GM, GP, GM, GC, all the things, right? So open loop Nakish plot of the feedback circle. If encircle the point minus 1, 0, right? Means let's say we make a plot of particular system, it is showing like this. We make a plot, it is showing like this, right? And as you know, this is a this is basically, you can say, mirror image also. We can also represent the mirror image, right? This is a mirror image of this plot. So dark line, generally we consider the dark line, and if your graph, if your Nakish plot encircle the point minus 1, 0, point minus 1, 0, so it means this system is unstable. This is very easy definition, very easy criteria. If you make a plot, if you make a Nakish plot, and if it encircle means if this point minus 1, 0 comes under your curve, or it is just, you can say it is surrounded, your graph is surrounding this minus 1, 0, means your system is unstable. And what I can say in a very rough way, if you eat this, right? If you eat this, you will be unstable. This very rough way we can define. If you eat this point minus 1, 0, you will be unstable, right? So just like we have a two plot here, for example, it is shown that one is the inner circle, other one is the outer one, the B curve. So you can say the B curve is just encircling this, or it is just inside this point. So B curve is unstable, A curve is stable, right? So A does not encircle the point minus 1, 0, so this is stable, and B curve, that is unstable, right? So this is basically the plot of open loop transfer function is given by this, and for that they plotted and they finally conclude the result. Basically they plotted this for different value of Kc, one Kc equal to 1, other one Kc equal to 50. So one plot correspond to Kc equal to 1. When they substitute Kc equal to 1, they have inner plot, Kc equal to 50 for outer plot. So means when you increase the Kc value, the system is going to unstable, right? So here there are a few more examples that will give you the stability criteria. Just like we have a plot, Nakish plot like this. It is going like this, right? It is going like this, right? Okay, so from this is diagram A, but and here it is shown that the minus 1, 0 point is this point, right? And what you think that this curve is moving like this, and now it is going like this. So it is not encircling the point minus 1, 0, right? It is not encircling. It is just moving, it is going like this path. So it is not eating this path, you can say. It is just saving, this is a safe mode. It is just moving like this and following this path and just move like this. So it is not encircling this path. So that is a curve A. You can say this is stable because it is not encircling this. You can see here, see here the 0.1 minus 1 0, it is just far away. So it is not any way, it will not encircle. So you can blindly say that curve A is unstable. Sorry, it is stable. It is stable because it's not encircling. But in this case, right? In this case, your path is like this, and it is just grabbing this, and so you can say it is grabbing this minus 1 0 point. So that's why you can say this is unstable. So that's why here I mentioned that A and C condition, A and C condition, this is stable, and B condition, this is unstable because this is grabbing point minus 1 0. It is very simple criteria. You have to make a plot first, then by just looking the location of the point minus 1 0, you can simply say this is stable or unstable system, right? So computing the gain margin and phase margin, you can also do this kind of calculation in the Naqis plot. So for that gain margin and phase margin, you can simply say in a graph you can calculate. So how we calculate gain margin and phase margin in the Bode plot, right? If you remember, I think I have not shown here. Okay, I must put the same diagram here also. So as you know that gain margin means where we have the phase angle is minus 180, right? Phase angle is minus 180, that correspond to gain margin. At minus 180, if you draw a line, let me check if I have the same folder here. I will show. It will be on 16, I think. Okay, so mostly I think when we have a minus 180 degree corresponding to that, we have the no, I do not. Okay, 16. Let's wait. Yeah. Can you see this? Okay. I'm showing you some other picture also. 16. This slide. Can you see this? Gain margin, phase margin.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, as you can see that the phase margin, that is basically we first draw the line starting from minus 180 phase angle, and that will give you the crossover frequency. At this crossover frequency, what is the amplitude ratio? So we mark that point A, and the difference from AR equal to 1 to A is known as the gain margin. And from this AR equal to 1, we draw a line to the phase diagram, and from here we can say this is a phase margin. Okay, so copy this. I will show here. Okay. So now come back to the your main diagram. This is again chapter 18. Now you can see your original diagram. Right. So we are following the same approach here. So what we are doing now, you can see the Naqis plot. Now you can see the Naqis plot. क्या वो Naqis plot नहीं दिखा अभी?
Yes, sir. अब दिख गया, sir.
Okay. So here we are following the same approach here. So let's say for any system, if this graph is given, right? Maybe third order system or something. That's why we have the angle is 270, right? So now you have to calculate the gain margin and phase margin. So for phase margin, you will start minus 180. So you will start minus 180 base at this point. So it means point B. Point B correspond to minus 180. So minus 180. At this point, you will get the crossover frequency, your crossover frequency. So corresponding this, you will get your crossover frequency. And from here, you will draw the amplitude ratio, right? So corresponding this, we are moving AR equal to, you can say AR equal to 1. So AR equal to 1 means, so just try to understand this. Minus 180 means at this point you are getting point B. At corresponding point B, you can get your crossover frequency, and when you count the amplitude ratio at crossover frequency, the amplitude ratio will be from origin to point B, right? Origin to point B. So the phase margin is basically difference from 1 to point B. So this is the M value. This is the M value. This is the phase difference from this M is the distance from you can say this to point B. This is phase margin M. Similarly, if you have the point A, from here you draw on your phase angle. So from point 1 to how you are plotting this? Are you getting point A? AR equal to 1, where we have AR equal to 1. So means when we find the point where AR equal to 1. So where we have the point AR equal to 1. This is a reference circle, AR equal to 1. It will cut at this point, A point. So means this point correspond to this A point. Here it is meeting to AR equal to 1. So where AR equal to 1, you will draw the phase angle. So you draw the phase angle. So difference from minus 180 to this point. Minus 180 to this point is known as the phase margin. Now this is clear. The same way we are plotting the gain margin and phase margin as we already done in the body plot, right? So the difference from this to this is a phase margin, a gain margin. M is a gain margin, and phi this is the phase margin. How we are getting point A? Where it is meeting to circle AR equal to 1. So it is cutting at A point, AR equal to 1. So we draw a line, and angle difference minus 180 to this is the phase margin, and corresponding this we have the gain margin. So once you know the gain margin and phase margin, the similar criteria, so I will take this also. Okay, so the similar criteria, we will get the gain margin and phase margin, and corresponding this we can apply the rule also, right? So a similar thing I have written. Okay, so this is all about the Nyquist plot. We have the Nyquist criteria of the stability, and corresponding we can find out the gain margin and phase margin that we can also use. What is the use of gain margin and phase margin? Yes, the major use of gain margin phase margin is the stability criteria. We have the same type of stability criteria, and we can apply this gain margin phase margin value for the tuning also. Okay, so the same thing. So Nyquist plot is very helpful for doing the stability analysis. It is easier. Why mostly Nyquist plot is being used? Because this is very easy to plot. and it will give you very quick result, right? And all the information we can get only in a single plot. So this way it is most popular. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss few very important term. अभी ये तो खत्म हो गया, ठीक? Nakis plot is over now. Now I'm going to discuss few important aspects of the controller. That is अब ये slide 19, chapter 19 दिख रहा है? Chapter 19.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have here very good, very important points. They are even asked in the gate also. What is our goal to achieve? The system respond quickly to errors, right? The system remains stable. Remain stable means PV does not oscillate around set point. Process variable means process variable may be temperature, pressure, concentration, and it should not oscillate around the set point. So for that we have a gain. Gain means you can say, we can also define gain. Already we have defined this. This is a proportional sensitivity. What is the meaning of this gain? Proportional sensitivity. Percentage. What is the change in output? Percentage divided by the change in input. Generally हम लोग ऐसे define करते हैं, right? Output divided by input. So Kc, you can say y equal to Kcx. What about the Kc? Kc is gain. Gain means y by x. So output divided by input. That is in the change. Corresponding gain, we also define one important terminology. This is known as band, proportional band. Proportional band basically is inversely related to the gain. It is defined as 100 divided by gain. This is basically the percentage term. So that's why it is defined as 1 by gain. Inversely proportional to gain, you can simply say. Or this is basically the percentage term. So that's why the 100 number we have here. So this is 100 times. So band means when you just substitute here gain value. So this is 100 times change in input divided by change in output. Right. Proportional band is a very important terminology in a control, because it is very useful for the tuning point of view. So here I made one table. One table correspond to, you can say, we have the 3 case. Case 1, let's say if we increase the gain. If we increase the gain increase, mathematically you can see that gain increase means let's say output is, let's say, fixed. Output fixed means we want you can say the 100% output. We want 100% output. 100% output means we want the final result, right? So if we want to increase the gain, means we have to do a small change in the input. A small change in input means if this number is less, means gain will be high. Mathematically, we can also see that if this will be low, then gain will be high if we keep the output constant, right? So gain will increase when we have a small change in the input for the 100% output. What about the PV? So when gain is high, gain will increase, so PV will definitely it will decrease, as we have inverse relation. So PV will decrease, it means system is unstable, need faster controller, right? I will show you this by some diagram also. Here I made some diagram. Yes. Basically, when we define a band, gain increase, band decrease. It means band means red line correspond to, let's say, set point. We have, let's say, two upper and lower range, and that is known as band. If gain increase, band decrease. Band decrease means this will be low, narrow line. It means your system will oscillate between in this zone, right? In this zone. So process variable PV will cycle around the set point, hence the process will become unstable at output increase. So here we are making the output constant. So there you can say a very high oscillations correspond to the set point. So that's why we call this system unstable. In the reverse, if gain decrease means band increase. Band increase means you have that kind of width. This is the second case where we have a set point, and now we have the upper and lower limit. In this case, the system will easily oscillate between this zone. Here we have a small oscillations, fluctuations you can say, but here you can say it will be move like this. So you can say the system is more stable. Loop is very stable and output will decrease. So here I can show you, well, this is the one way, this is the graphical way how we define the band and the gain. Okay. This way you can, I am giving you another aspects, mathematical aspects of also defining stability and instability. Right. So let's say case 2, when gain decrease, we have a large input. Gain decrease means we can increase this because we are keeping this output constant. So that's why if gain decrease means we have to keep the input high. Input high, so means the gain will decrease, or you can say band will increase. And band will increase means system is slower, stable, slower controller. Case third, let's say if gain is infinite. Infinite means you can say there is no input. You can write like this: there is no input. And when no input means gain is infinite means band is zero. Band is zero means there is only single line set point. You can say system is unstable, no action of controller. So this is extreme case we can also define. Right. So what is the physical meaning of PV equal to 0? So you can see that the convey measurement and instructions to the other instrument in a control loop to maintain the highest levels of safety and efficiency. This is the physical meaning of the gain. What is the gain? Convey measurements and instruments to other instrument. Convey measurements and instruction to the other instruments in a control loop to maintain the highest level of safety and efficiency. When PV equal to 0, the system operates either fully open or fully closed because this is only set point. So PV equal to 0. So this is a case that is known as the on-off controller. On-off controller we have already defined, but here I am defining in terms of proportional band, right? Proportional band, right? Where the Kc is, or you can say the gain is infinite. You already discussed this proportional band, but now I am defining in a different way. Okay. Here I mentioned that the system is need faster controller, needs slower controller, right? What is the physical meaning of this? So this I am defining like this: fast process. Fast process means it is known as the small volume. Small volume means the things whatever we are giving input, it will, if you have a smaller volume, it will quickly reach to the second end or as an output. So it may require less gain to achieve stability. Means fast process means smaller volume. We are dealing with smaller volume. It requires less gain, right? As we have shown here. Uh, so whatever system is stable, slower controller, right? So less gain is required. It will achieve stability. But the slow process means larger volume require higher gain. It means uh, if you want to see the change in the output for the larger volume, you should apply more input, more change in the input value, right? So that's why you can say slower process means stable process. Stable process. Here you can see slower controller system is stable because you will not see the changes frequently, but when you have a smaller volume you can see the changes very quickly. The system is almost unstable, you can say, right? But in this case the system is stable. That's why we generally call as fast process is almost unstable. The slow process is stable. Proportional action. This is used to set the basic gain value of the controller. This is known as the proportional action. This is expressed either in terms of gain or in terms of band. Gain already हम लोग discuss कर चुके हैं. Band, this is another way of representing the same information, but it is a inversely. What percentage? We define band as a this. So what is the meaning of this? What percentage change in the controller input span will cause the 100% change controller output? So means how much input we will, how much change in input will be applied to achieve 100% output, that is known as the proportional band. Means we are keeping this 100% output constant. So how much change in the input, that is termed as band. Okay, just for example, let's say if we have a change in an input controller 10% and change in output controller is 20%. Mathematically, we can easily calculate gain is output by input. This is 20 by 10 means 2. Similarly, the band can be also calculated. Change in input divided by change in 100% output. The band is 100 by gain. Gain value is 2. So proportional band is 50%. So mathematically, this is very easy formula. We can very easily calculate. But what is the physical meaning of this? We have to look for that also, right? So limits of proportional action respond only when change in the error, magnitude of error returns, right? So proportional action means this is basically a closed loop system where the error counts and it will return to the system. So does not return PV to the set point, PV value that is within the defined span. So it is just okay. Now you can see that how we define the controller output. Output, you know, this is a function of error and controller gain. These are basically I've taken from different book, but these small concepts are required when you are dealing with some objectives. So that's why I am putting with you. This is, I think, a very important discussion. These are important key points of the controller. Determining the controller output. So output, how we determine the output, that is, you know, this is our y equal to, this is a change in the error into gain, Kc into change in the input. So if the step, for example, if the step point changed by 10% and PV is 50%, PV is 50% means what is the output? Output will be input into gain. Gain is just 1 by 100 by PV. PV is 50%, so we can count here. So this kind of formula is useful. Here, the whole summary, whatever we have discussed, this is output is basically change in the error. Change in error means this is an input basically into gain. Gain is we want y by x. Y by x means this is a fully open. Settings, if you just look for the settings for the controller, so a small PV means minimum offset. If you are putting a small PV, proportional band, means you will looking for the small PV band. अगर कम है तो क्या होगा? Offset कम होगा. High gain means you are looking for cycling, means recycling. Error will be count and it will come to the system. So this possible cycling. Large band means large offset can be there. Low gain means stable loop. So low gain means, as I shown here, if we have a small volume, so less gain should be required to achieve the stability. Otherwise, system will be unstable, right? But in case of slow process, higher gain can be used for even though the system will be stable. So these are few points. Okay, so I think हम लोग इतना डिस्कस करते थे